Hi guys, Vex here. Um, oops. So I had a minor problem. So when I record, the raw footage gets recorded in files that are just a bunch of like random numbers. Uh, and I had recorded a bunch of episodes in one day, and as you may have seen, or maybe not, uh, I accidentally mixed up some footage. And normally I keep my footage for a while, but I had uploaded all my episodes, so I'm like, oh, I don't need the raw footage anymore. I've already uploaded my episodes, so I can delete it. So what I did was I derped up and uh, uploaded the same episode twice, and then deleted the raw footage of the Library of Dusk. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna replay the area because I would have to unzip a. It would be a pain to reset the area. But what I can do is still talk about it. So this area, uh, for starters, I'm thrilled with. I think it came out great. When you enter the area, you're presented with immediately this library, and the decoration in here is really on point. Uh, Tinker Tech, one of my moderators, helped a lot with the design, and then I took the base design and extrapolated it and built upon it. And I think it looks fantastic. And then I added the when I say design, what I mean is like one of these wall sections and the archway. And then I was like, from that seed, I expanded it and built all of this. Um, so shout out to Tink. That was a ton of help. Uh, Very lovely. I'm thrilled. Uh, I added the bookshelf maze here. Um, Kind of a throwback to the Black Library from what map was that? Legendary? Yeah, I think that was Legendary. Or was that Black Library? Or was that? God. No, no, I think no, no. Black and Library was Spellbound Caves. I'm silly. Too many maps, too many areas. So in this area there was a bunch of wizards, and I beat them and took all their spell books. So this area is a source of magic books. Um, the library itself has been damaged here, as hinted by all of the debris, the bricks and stuff that have fallen down into the cave. Basically, there's a cave system, and they built a library inside the cave. And once again, there's a skylight above made of lava and glass. And, is it the sky above, or is it just lava? I don't know. It's whatever one you want it to be. I just think it looks really cool. Canonically, it could be a skylight to the sky above the caves, or it could literally be lava. Um, the basic path is to come in here, and I would expect the players to get here to the end and then work their way up a staircase, and then come back on this and find their way through this path, then to jump onto the roof, get up to the roof, and parkour across the roof over here, fighting a bunch of wizards, and you get the wool. So that is the basic area, but you might notice that this area has a lot more going on to it than that route. So there's another route you could take, which is to come over here and go this way. This will take you into a secondary area where, hidden in this room, I've dug up everything in this room, but there's in this room there is a book that you can find, and I am stuck in the floor. There we go. This book is called For the Future by Haldren Alebeard, Sage of the Silver Shield Clan. They're dwarves, and he says, I make haste, as even now the forces of night slay my kin in the outer halls. I fear the worst. These are the final hours of Clan Silvershield. I know their minds, and know well their pride. They will gloat in the grand chamber, no doubt. Virulent are they, expanding, always exterminating until many have fallen. Oh, curse them so. Resilient we must be, even though our vengeance may be centuries in the making. I tarry no longer, if I am to plant my little seed. I shall not live to see the end of the week, but maybe another far from now can make use of my work. Curse you, Hain. So you get several bits of information. I think this is fairly obvious, but maybe some people miss it. And if you miss it, well, shrug. Sucks to suck. Be better at noticing things. But there's a hint here. The first letter of each sentence spells out Vexmore. So the Vexmore Overlook is your hint to go there. And he's talking about he's a dwarf of Clan Silvershield. The forces of night, that's obviously the vampires, are attacking them. He thinks the citadel's going to fall, but he has done something that people in the future might use to strike back at the vampires. He has planted his little seed somewhere, and the hint is that it's in the Vexmore Overlook. And then he says, Curse you, Hain. Now that's interesting. Uh, is that Hain from Hain's Disgrace and Hain Corporation? Yes. Yes, it is. Which makes this map a prequel to Inferno Mines, or Inferno Mines is far in the future. So, for those of you who care about lore details like that, there you go. So that is a pretty good hint of where you might find something to go to Vexmore. The book used to be much more hidden, and then I decided to make it a little more obvious. We are long past most of that loot. Let's head back into spectator mode so I can talk in peace. Up here, right here on this corner, there was a chest that was actually a mimic. And the point of this chest right here was so that when the player comes in here and is looking around, they do see the chest up there, and that'll motivate the player to go look what's in it, and that will motivate the player to further then explore this area. And if you go this way, there is a break in the area. You can jump here, and this continues into this cave system. And I mentioned that the lore of this map is that you find out here a hint about it, that it was a dwarven citadel, and vampires defeated the dwarven clan and took the place over. Now, in my headcanon, dwarves in my universe are the only people who can dig through bedrock. They know the secret of mining through bedrock. The vampires cannot. And so the vampires basically have the citadel as it was, and all the dugout areas are what they have to work with, and they have to work around that. They can no longer dig new tunnels like the dwarves could. So this is just a side room with some loot and stuff. Pretty straightforward. Down here is a natural cave system, and I explored it. I was looking for a patron's custom item, specifically Sniper's Wand of the Paladin. It was down here, hidden back here in a chest, and guarded by several Undertakers and several gravestones that would infinitely spawn um, monsters, zombies. I forget what they're called. These things. No, not those things. Uh, I think they're called Unburied. Yeah, anyway, they're zombies. It doesn't really matter that much what they're called. um, that was a tough fight. I ended up using a lot of ranged weapons to whittle down the Undertakers, but the entire time I was getting constant side aggro from spawns around here. Probably could have played it better, but I did end up getting the wand. So let's see. Wow, my dev comms are really short when I don't have to play through the area and I can just talk about the area. Maybe I think for my next maps, my dev comms will just be me flying through the area and talking about things, and then my playthrough is just a playthrough. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Oh, so anything else? I really love the architecture in here. Um, this area influenced other areas like the banquet hall and some of the other ways I decorated. I just think it looks really cool. Um, hmm. Is there any other information I passed along during the recording of the episode that I haven't touched on? I think that's about it. The rest of the area is just kind of natural cave. I don't think there's anything critically important around here. There may be like a chest, but I don't think there's any, other than Sniper's Wand of the Paladin, I don't think there's any critical loot here. Uh, there's multiple branching paths in the area. There's a source of magic loot. It's a library, of course. There's going to be scrolls and books and stuff in here. And yeah, I envisioned some of the gameplay, which I did get into, is jumping up and parkouring around on these upper areas. Maybe uh, I really love the ceilings in here, which is why I put so much of the gameplay up here, because it's like it gives the player a chance to like run around up here and admire some of the architecture. Stuff like this takes me a very long time to do, and it's why Vexelvania has took so long to make. I'm gonna see if I can make Jungle of Secrets a lot faster, which should be faster because it's I'm really slow at making like in the insides of buildings and stuff where everything has to be precise. If I can use a brush strokes to make terrain, it's just a lot faster for me. I find it more natural to do. Not everybody's like that. I mean, some people are flipped. Like, uh, some people I've seen, like, they can build stuff in Minecraft just super fast. And for me, it takes a while. An example would be the guy that helped build some of the set pieces in SHO, Super Hostile Online. Um, I hired a guy to help build the buildings in Valgard, like the bank and some of the other buildings. And he got that stuff done so fast. I'm like, how did you do that, man? And he's like, I don't know, just building. Um, so yeah. Uh, my jam is like terrain and terrain brushes and stuff like that. I really like working with MC Edit and World Painter. So maybe I should get more people involved helping me make dungeons. Uh, in the past, I had basically wanted the maps to be, my creation, right? And now it's just like, well, I've had my fill of that, and now it's just more about making people who like my work happy. And if hiring or inviting people to uh, add specific builds into the map to save me time so that the maps come out faster, then maybe that's a good idea to do. Curious to what you guys think. Well, this is a shorter episode because I've already beaten this area, but I just needed to summarize my thoughts on it. Again, shout out to TinkerTech. And yeah, the next episodes will be chronologically. This one's later, um, but sorted by name in the playlist. This will go back down. So yeah, sorry for the mix-up, but I hope it wasn't a huge deal. And I will see you guys next episode where we are going to take. We're gonna just. I think I'm just gonna yeet myself off this cliff actually, because I'm pretty sure I don't take very much fall damage. I'm just gonna yeet myself down here, and we're gonna run down there and poke at the uh, black wool, because we still haven't gotten the brown wool yet. Some person has called me out and taken it. I'm not sure what that's about. I suppose we'll find out. Anyway, so we got the wool, and I will see you guys next episode. Until then, as always, take it easy.